Hey guys, it's Skye from Emerald Mystery Radio as well as Real Me TV, and I would like to start the day off with congratulating my youngest brother who has his birthday today. It is a very exciting day, and yeah, I would like for all of our subscribers to send positive energy towards his way for this beautiful, beautiful day. Now, our topic is school bullying from a 17-year-old's perspective. Now, when you hear school bullying, you think that it's, student to student or peer to peer or something like that. But surprisingly, that is not what our topic is about. This type of school bullying comes from a peer to system type bullying. I can give you two examples of what I mean by this. So, I'm not a Christian. I do not follow Christianity, nor do I follow Catholic teachings. I don't follow any of that. I follow universal teachings. So, in saying that, there was a lot of different things that came up this year regarding the Christianity aspects of it, and that I really didn't appreciate. My goal for this year and any other year that I've been in school was I come here because I want to learn something that I didn't know before, and I feel like being forced to go into a subject that is degrading and belittling is really bad, and it could be really uncomfortable. I had to write an essay praising why Christianity was right. I had to write things that, I made it sound pretty, fancy, glamorous, but at the end, when I read it over, I really felt like crying. I cried and I cried because it was degrading for me. It wasn't fair. And I felt like it was very one-wayed. And I had to write it in order to get the A, or to get the credit for the essay. And I don't feel like that was fair at all. There is one of my teachers, we were in this class, and he, just because she got an answer wrong, he called her the weakest link. And I just, I was like, that's not even appropriate. How does a teacher call a student the weakest link when obviously they're not the weakest link? Maybe it's the way that you taught them that even gave you permission to say that they are this weakest link. And since, they're the stockholders or the people that hold, well, I control what grade you get over the work that you actually do. Maybe that's where the problem comes in. I feel like another issue that I've had was where I'm taking my testing, my state testing. Now, before it was in a place that was not religious. It was in a suitable place for me, being around my beliefs and, like I said, what I believe in. I felt very, very comfortable taking my test. But now they supposedly lost the contract, and the only place that they could have got the contract with was, guess what place, you guys? I'm going to give you a few seconds to guess. Well, they had it at a Catholic family center. And one of my biggest things that I was not prepared for this year was to have to take one of my state testings in an uncomfortable place. I mean, now I know that it's mind over matter. Thank goodness wisdom helped me through this, because I would have because I'm very supernatural. That's what I believe in. I so heartedly believe that's where Emerald came from. An entire channel, our whole life, this is what we've been about. And I feel like basically the system of school supposedly is wanting to have a standoff because we believe in different things. And it's not just me. It could be you. It could be another child that's, or another kid or another teenager that's in the system, that has to be in the system because they need to get their degree or they need to get this. But at the same time, should we be forced to have to endure all of this stuff just to get a piece of paper? And that's also something that Wisdom said. How is that fair? And then on top of that, you only get I don't know the percentage really, but along with the degrees that you hold after it, it's like what to do after. You know, they don't tell you that you can start your own business. They don't tell you that you have many different things that you could be doing, but they tell you that there's things that you could do working for other people, but they really don't stress the fact that you can go out and get it on your own, like making your own company or doing it a different way. There was a job that I applied for, and I feel like I suited the job really well. And the manager played it to the point where she made it seem like I had the job just to see how much competition that I was. She played it to see where my mind was in a job interview where she supposedly needed help. I don't feel like that was fair either. I feel like that was very underplayed. And like I said, thank goodness that I had been under the universal teachings, because maybe I wouldn't have been as strong for these tests as I would have been like 10 or when I was 12 or 13 or 14. I don't know, but I feel like that it causes difficult patches where they don't need to be. There was another example is I had an assignment in my science class. Now, believing in manifestation, this was something that tried me to the point where it made no sense. We had to create an earthquake. We had to go in depth to the point where we knew the S wave and the P waves, and we knew every single thing about an earthquake. And then we went online on a site to get a certificate to say that we passed for creating an earthquake. I mean, some of these things that the system can make you do they're not fair. They're not fair. I mean, my school, they could have put or got a contract in a totally different place that was not religious, but that shows how much respect and care they actually have for their students, which is obviously not that much. So I guess the question would be, what do you do now that, or what do I do now that I know all of this stuff? I mean, it's difficult because I got an A- on that assignment, and I went back to Wisdom today and I was like, well, what does this mean? Is this bad or is this good that I made an earthquake? What is that? Like, was the grade even worth it mentally? Because that is a psychological trauma for me. But in their system, I got an A- or an A for it. I don't understand. I wrote an essay in my English class. I took English because I wanted to be a free, fluid writer. I took English class, American English, because that's like the only subject that they had to express writing. I passed my entire, state testing for my writing and my reading. I passed it with a proficient. Okay, but now that I'm here and I know all of this stuff, my teacher gave me a D. And I'm like, how is this stuff happening? English is my favorite subject above any other subject because it's free. You can write what you want to write. You can express yourself how you want to express yourself. You can incorporate so many different things in your writing. You can make things come to life in what you write, and it's a treasure that you have to value because not all people have it. But if you do have it, you use it. How can that thought be a D? How? That's something that makes no sense to me. And if you know the answer, please leave it in the comments or the description, because not the description, but the comments of wherever this video is posted, because it doesn't make any sense to me. Being a 17-year-old, being judged and criticized by people who are only there because of certain things that they did that pushed them to where they are. There are people, professors, doctors, regular people that work at local stores who paid their way to get to where they are, even though their position could be the lowest position ever. Nurses, pediatricians, you have all of these people that are here that half of them didn't even work hard to get to where they are, because there's only a select few who even believes in dedication. There's only few that do. But yet the few that do, the handful of people that believes in dedication and that believes in striving are criticized and are forced to be put in places that make no sense. Just to degrade them, to say, now, look at what you have. You have an A. Are you excited? Are you happy now? Look at what we made you go through just to say that you got an A on an assignment. That is something that nobody should have to go through. But I guess, I don't know if I'm just giving out examples today, but another example is when Wisdom had told me, how would they feel if, since we are spiritualists, if they put my state testing in, let's say, ancient Egypt, or somewhere deep in the trenches of ancient Egypt, and there were mummies all around. There were energies, there were the pharaohs, there were the kings, and the everything. The everything was there. How would they feel when they had to take the test around that? I bet you it would be hard for them to concentrate. But I guess it's all in how strong your mind is. And that's another thing I didn't understand. Like, why should we have to take a state testing surrounded by other people when it's about our future as individuals? And then they say, if you cheat, you lose your test and you'll never be able to take it again, because you should know not to cheat. But yet the person that's sitting next to me could be cheating off of me, and then when I go to raise my hand and say that he's cheating, he raises his hand quicker, and you just so happen to get to his question first, and then he says that I'm cheating and I lose my test and then I don't pass at all. But yet I still have to get up knowing all this stuff. I still have many papers to write. I still have many degrading classes to take. But why? And this is so crazy. But the thing that they try to make us see is that you can see the world for all of its beauties. You can see the beautiful blue sky and the clouds and the oceans and the city of people and the gratefulness that they have for the world itself. But you will never be able to participate in it. You can see it. You can get so close, but you'll never be able to touch it. It's all about how strong you are mentally to be able to say, well, you know what? I don't care what you say. I'm still gonna get up and I'm still gonna hold that world and I'm still gonna touch it. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you put in my way just to make me just to make me believe that I can't touch it or be a part of it. I'm still gonna get through to it. And I'm still gonna be able to be a participant in something that is great. All the crying, we are still going to touch that world that they don't want us to touch. We're still going to see the things that they don't want us to see because we're great people. We deserve it. And we're going to get it.